Hello, and today we're going to be showing you how to install an LS truck fuel well. Hope you enjoy this video and I hope it helps. What you want to do is take off your vortex cover. Usually one bolt holds them on and then they come straight up and pull out them flats. Now the fuel well is done took off of this motor, as you can see. So I will be showing you on a different fuel well of how to take the injectors off. Okay, what we're going to do is remove 4 bolts, 2 on each side, here and here. You want to make sure your top cover is unbolted, and your throttle cable that runs through here, you can unclip it, pull it through, and it snaps up and you can move it out of the way. Then you want to make sure your fuel wells is disconnected, which requires a special little fuel well disconnect. And as you can see, just 4 bolts holds this fuel well on. Once you get them 4 bolts out, you can pull straight up on the fuel well, and these injectors will pop out with the fuel well. They got little clips that holds them on. Just make sure all your O-rings stay in place. And I get a video of Tony here getting ready to pull it up. We're getting ready to switch these injectors to the motor that's in the white truck. I would switch intakes, but my other intake already got this plugged off and some other stuff. So.
And this is a whole lot. The other one's a whole lot cleaner and prettier.
Yeah, the other one is prettier, and the other one also got good gaskets down here. Now we don't feel like going through trouble because they are brittle and they are easy broke. So best just change the injectors. These injectors go to a Tahoe, and if I remember correctly, a flex fuel. So I'm going to have to run the flex fuel injectors with this motor. If you didn't know, the flex fuel injectors are bigger than the stock regular gas injector. Okay, once you get your fuel well off, I'm going to show you pretty much how to take the injectors off. The fuel well pulls straight up. Like I was telling you, sometimes they can be stubborn, sometimes they're pretty easy, but they are little clips on these injectors here. As you can see, they just pop right off. When you pop the clip off, you can pull this injector straight out. And that is how you change the injector. I ain't changing the injectors on this truck. I'm going to change the whole fuel well. It's much easier. Now, to install it, you want to make sure everything is out of your way. And the injectors fit into that little hole right there. You'll make sure they clean with a rag and nothing is in them. That's what we're going to do on this engine right fast, and then set the fuel well on it. Okay, so once you get your fuel well set down into place and make sure it's seated good, you will tighten the 4 bolts back up, just as I showed you in the beginning of how I'm taking it off the other intake. It's the same way you put it back on. And then all you have to do is hook your lines up.
Do you got the fuel lines?
Yeah, I got the fuel lines for this truck. And then you plug your injectors back in, start it, and make sure it's not leaking. Do not just start up and drive it, because you could clip the O-ring or anything on these injectors and it could be pouring gas, and that's a bad hazard. So you definitely want to make sure that there ain't no leaks coming from this injector well. And don't forget to hook your regulator up, this fuel regulator. And the lines, you can't get them mixed up, the fuel lines back here, because they are a big one and a small one, and they only go on one way. So you don't have to worry about getting them mixed up. So it's a pretty simple swap. to change these injectors in these trucks, and maybe here in a day or two, or maybe next few minutes, I'll show you how to check for injector being bad without an ohm meter. A simple way to tell if your injector is dirty and something. That's on the next video, so I'm gonna finish this up right fast. Okay, you want to make sure your injectors is all plugged in right here. Okay guys, that pretty much sums up the video on how to change your fuel wells on a truck intake on a LS series engine. I hope it's very helpful, and don't forget to bleed off your fuel pressure before you try to take this off. You can pull the fuel injection fuse out to your fuel pump and start the truck and let it run till the truck dies, and your fuel pressure should be pretty much off. Or you can loosen the bolts up and let the injectors ease the pressure off slowly. Either way works. There are other ways you can do it too. You can check on Google for them, but that is two of my favorite ways to do it. My favorite way is pretty much unplug the fuse to the fuel pump, start the truck, let it run until it dies out. That's my favorite way, and usually the way I use all the time. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoy it. Please hit the subscribe button, and please check out more videos, and until next time, thank you.